Once, in a small town nestled among the mountains, a friend shared a chilling tale. Alone in her house one night, she heard the laughter of children echoing from the hallway. Initially, she thought it was just neighboring kids playing, but the laughter gradually morphed into something eerie and abnormal. As the nights progressed, she started hearing footsteps and occasional playful voices of children inside her home. The unsettling part: she didn't have any children. Despite her initial attempts to dismiss it as mere hallucinations, the paranormal activity escalated. Strange lights illuminated her home at night, and mysterious shadows appeared in the corridors and on the stairs. After thorough investigation, she discovered that decades ago, a massive fire had claimed the lives of children in the town. Their spirits seemed to linger, casually strolling the blurred boundary between the living and the departed. Overcome with fear, yet compassionate, she bid farewell to the departed children, wishing them peaceful rest, and left the house. This was the terrifying experience of my friend, who could never speak of it again. Renovating an old inn in a quiet town into a guest house seemed like a promising venture. The inn, praised for its cleanliness and inviting interior, became a favorite among travelers. However, one night, while cleaning alone, unsettling laughter of children echoed through the hallway. The laughter transformed into an eerie and unnatural sound, casting a creepy atmosphere over the entire guest house. Footsteps and whispers intensified with each passing night, leaving the guests visibly uneasy. One night, the guests faced a chilling encounter. The laughter of the supposedly confined children echoed through the corridor, approaching their rooms. The room lights flickered, and with trepidation, they decided to open the doors. Upon opening the doors, there was no one outside. Yet, the laughter persisted in the corridor, slowly diminishing. The eerie silence replaced the unsettling ambience. Guests, perplexed, retreated to their rooms, convinced that something inexplicable roamed the guest house. The town began to be associated with mysterious events, and the guest house gained a reputation as a place haunted by lingering spirits. In the deep night within a forest, bathed only in moonlight, a group of young people decided to share ghost stories in an abandoned cabin. As they walked along the path, towering trees took on a menacing presence, and the night's darkness enveloped them. Upon reaching the cabin, containing only worn-out chairs and tables, they excitedly sat down, and one person began a story. The narrative revolved around a legendary monster, said to roam the forest at night, cursing those unaware. As the story unfolded, the surroundings fell into an eerie silence. Birds ceased their chirping, and the wind seemed to avoid the area. The young people, engrossed in the tale, realized an unusual calm had taken over. Then, strange sounds emerged. Terrified but determined, they continued the story, describing the imminent appearance of the monster. At that moment, outside the cabin, something moved. Fearfully, the group continued narrating, envisioning the creature's manifestation. Just as the tension peaked, a noise echoed outside. Fear-stricken, they ventured out, discovering a dimension seemingly beyond reality. Shadows of the deceased roamed the forest, and their friends, lost to despair, were absorbed into a cursed realm. Only one of them survived, tormented by the nightly echoes of laughter and screams, aware that their friends no longer shared the same dimension, but lingered in the forest's shadows. A man, scarred by a nightmarish encounter, visited an eerie truck station, nestled in the distant mountains due to work obligations. Local legends persisted, suggesting strange occurrences during the night. Skeptical, the man ignored the rumors. Arriving late at night, the dilapidated station exuded an ominous atmosphere. Decaying with time, it seemed on the verge of collapse. Yet the man pressed on, burying his fears and focusing on the task at hand. As night deepened, an abnormal quietness engulfed the area. No bird chirps, no sounds of the wind, as if nature itself avoided the vicinity. The man, uneasy but focused, continued his work. During the task, he witnessed unsettling shadows moving within the ruins. The shadows took human-like forms but remained amorphous, giving an impression of extraterrestrial origin. Disturbed but attributing it to hallucination, he persevered. However, the station began echoing with mysterious whispers, resembling ghostly susurrations. The man, trying to ignore them, found the whispers growing louder, uttering eerie words. Fear overwhelmed him, and he hurriedly completed the work, leaving the station. Upon leaving, the serene night returned, and he breathed a sigh of relief. However, local rumors persisted, claiming the station was still inhabited, giving locals a feeling that someone or something was dwelling within. Late at night, driving alone through desolate roads, I encountered a terrifying experience. Dimly lit and surrounded by pitch-black woods, the atmosphere was eerie. The radio played a soft melody, and the car's engine echoed on the empty road. Suddenly, I noticed a chilling figure lying on the road ahead. Slamming the brakes, I came to a halt, and the figure, now standing, blocked the path. Trembling, I cracked the window open and spoke to the shadow. In response, the figure tilted its head slightly, whispering indecipherable words. Unable to comprehend, I attempted to reverse the car, sensing a presence around the rear. Glancing back, though, there was no one. Yet, each time I turned, the shadow that should have been behind me stood again, gazing forward. This bizarre scene filled me with dread, and the figure disappeared when I looked forward once more. Proceeding cautiously, anxiety lingered, and the illusion of someone riding with me persisted. Eventually, emerging from the dark forest, it seemed the strange events had concluded. Still, nights were never peaceful after that, the unknown terror haunting those on another night. Compelled by reckless curiosity, I drove once more through the late-night roads. Approaching the site of the previous encounter, an unsettling atmosphere enveloped me. The leading figure, standing in the same spot, reappeared. Panicking, I halted the car, and the figures, as if synchronized, turned to face me, their eyes glowing crimson. Paralyzed by fear, I witnessed one of them softly uttering words. The eerie voice resembled a beckoning call from the dead. In that moment, I lost consciousness. When I awoke, I found myself in complete darkness, unable to discern where I was. The silence was absolute. Since that day, nocturnal drives became a dreaded prospect. The fear instilled by those enigmatic figures persisted, forever etched into the recesses of my mind.